Semoga sinyalnya lancar.
Amin.
Good morning, STRADA TV viewers. Welcome back to our special program today, STRADA English Show. With me, Ratri Moyasari, as the host that will accompany your activity for an hour. Well, viewers, some of Indonesians may think that speaking Bahasa is way more important than speaking in English. But on the other hand, globalization goes to Indonesia and changes people. Right now, in some of health schools, they implement bilingual for teaching and learning process, as well as in the company or in the office, they use bilingual as their daily communication. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we have two guests that really special. The first one is our students from IIK STRADA Indonesia Public Health Department. Please welcome Ceci Arum Septiani. And also the second guest is Mr. Hafiz Aji Kusuma, the alumna from IIK STRADA Indonesia 2020. Right now, he is working in the Statsmi PT Cemerlang Statistika Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot imagine how interesting our discussion today because we want to know about how important of English from the different perspective from employee and also from the student's perspective. All right, without any further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, first of all, I want to greet our two guests today, Ceci and also Mr. Hafiz Aji Kusuma. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, Ms. Ratri. I'm fine.
Okay, and then first of all, would you like to greet our STRADA TV viewers before we are going to start our discussion? Maybe you can say hello to our STRADA TV viewers.
Hello, all of the STRADA TV viewers.
Okay.
Morning.
Okay, it's nice to meet you in this occasion. And especially for Mr. Hafiz, because I know you have to manage your schedule for this agenda. So thank you so much. It's an honor for us to have you in here as our guest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in here we will have 1 hour for discussion about our topic today, the importance of English. All right, so first of all, I want to introduce our special guest because I know that maybe you are really curious about the profile of our guest today. Well, for the first, maybe Ceci Arum, you can introduce yourself to our STRADA TV viewers about your student's life and also about what is your activity during this week. Okay, Ceci, time is yours.
Okay, Miss. Thank you. First of all, thanks to STRADA, my beloved campus, because I'm the lucky one. Yes. You know why? Because STRADA English has given the trust and chance for me to be a guest on STRADA English Show, so I can sharing with all of you about the importance of English today. Hello STRADA viewers, let me introduce myself. You can call me Ceci. I'm studying in Health Institute of STRADA Indonesia, Bachelor of Public Health, now at semester 2. And yes, I'm the new student in STRADA. I live in Blitar, Sukun Street number 58. I was born in Blitar too, 17 September, and this year I'm 19 years old. Okay, Miss, I think now about to introduce myself.
Okay, thank you so much, Ceci, for the introduction. Okay, for your information, ladies and gentlemen, Ceci is also one of the students from STRADA who is really active in non-academical program. She is the winner from Duta Genre competition and she win the 2nd place. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our second guest today, Mr. Hafiz Aji Kusuma, the alumna of IIK STRADA Indonesia. Okay, Mr. Hafiz Aji, would you please to introduce yourself? Maybe you can mention about your last education in STRADA and also you can tell us about your current position in your work field. Time is yours.
Okay, thanks for the time, Ms. Ratri. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, it's a great honor for me as the alumna of IIK STRADA Indonesia to have a chance having a good and a great discussion right now. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you about my identity. My complete name is Hafiz Aji Kusuma, but most of my family and my friend call me Hafiz. Right now, I'm 25 years old in this year, and I was born in Blitar, but right now I work in Surabaya. Okay, I was graduate as a Bachelor of Public Health in IIK STRADA Indonesia Kediri in 2020, and my diploma degree in 2018 at State Health Polytechnic of Malang in nursing major. And right now, I work as the marketing manager of statistic consultant company in PT Cemerlang Statistika Indonesia from 2018 until now. Okay, I want to introduce a little bit about my company. Okay, my company StatsMe is a statistic consultant and government partner, which is established in Surabaya in 2017, and we offer solution about the data management, the policy creation, research, and training to our client. And most of our client is government in Indonesia. I think that's all from me. Ms. Rati, time is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for your introduction. It's really amazing because I know that maybe you were really busy with your kind of routine in your office, and finally you can be here in our special agenda today. All right, the next question is about what is your point of view about learning English? But for the first, I want Chechi to answer for the first because you are as the ongoing students. Okay, Chechi, maybe you can tell us about your opinion about learning English.
Okay, guys. English is one of many languages in the world, but you know that English is a international language. Sorry. So my point as an ongoing student about a view about learning English, it is very important. In Strada, many lecturers when they teach use English. For example, when they share theory, um, little by little with English. I think as the ongoing students or not, it has been said. Many campus of there use English theory when they teach too. The difference is if I take part in competition and especially it is English competition, you must English well. Besides that, not only using Indonesian with properly and correctly, but it would be great when I as the ongoing students have nice conversation. Maybe when you go to traveling someday, you must talk with other people in the different country with English language. If you have English skills very well, it's make easy to communicate with other people in that. Now, in the digital era, many social media use English. For example, to understand English-based application comment. Not only that, this pandemic made us learn a lot of about English because many applications made in other country and this setting largely use English-based. So this is a little my view about learning English, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much, Chechi Arum, for your explanation about the point of view as the ongoing students about learning English. All right, the same question as Chechi. Please welcome Mr. Hafiz Aji. Would you like to give your point of view about learning English from the alumni and also from the employee point of view? Okay, time is yours.
Okay, thanks for the time again, Ms. Ratri. Okay, it's a good chance to share my point of view about learning English. Okay, all the Strada TV viewer, learning English is fun and challenging. All of citizen Indonesia know that learning English is fun and challenging because of what? When you are fluent in English, it will upgrade our personal soft skill into the next level. Right now, we know that in this global era, we cannot only put the hard skill in top of our priority, instead our soft skill. And English, learning English when we can have a good communication with English is also part of soft skill. And then when we facing opportunity to collaborate with foreigner from the other country in work field, English language is needed to deliver our idea to our partner. Because English is the most used language in the world. So make it suitable for you to learn English start from right now. Okay, that's it, Miss Ratri, about my point of view.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz. All right, and then the next question is, I want you, Chachi Arum, to tell about your experience when you learn English for the first time. Maybe you can tell us how challenging it was when you learn English for the first time, and please let us know, did your parent teach you also how to speak in English?
Okay, Miss. First time when I was ill the subjects English in elementary school, I was very scared and panic. But when my teacher teach me little by little the material of English, I was very fun because my teacher using game as education method. And someday when I was study at elementary school, I just asked a preparation my school to attend storytelling competition. My teacher trust me that I have good self-confidence, so I can be a good storyteller. And yes, finally, my teacher correct and I got as a winner at the competition. From there, I very excited to learn English and I joined with English club in my elementary school. And my parents teach me about English too because I very curious and always want to know. So my father teach me about English. I remember when my father teach me about number. My father said that English very different with Indonesian, and in English the pronunciation be different than the written. For example, when you talk one, you not write O and but you must write O and A. And then yes, little my story about the first time we learn English with my parents.
All right. Thank you, Chechi. It's a nice story for me. Because, I did the same as what you did when I was learning English for the first time. Because I was born in 1992. Of course, I get English for my first time when I was in a elementary school in a third grade, and it was really difficult for me because English, the way for the pronunciation is different from the way that we write. So I have to learn more about the written and also the vocabulary and also how to produce a sentence, because yeah, I have to try myself to how to speak in English. And my parents didn't know how to speak in English, so I try myself to learn English. Yeah, I follow some of English course, and also I try to listen to the English song to make me what is that, to make me good speak in English. I follow how to pronounce each word in English by listening English song and also by watching a movie with the English subtitles. That really helps me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and then for Mr. Hafiz Aji in here, we have a different question. All right, I want you to tell us about, do you think that it is necessary to include English subject for the students who take English, who take health school, I think, even though we do not know what they are going to be in the future?
Okay, thanks for the time, Miss Ranti. Okay, is it really necessary learning English and important for the health student? Okay, from my argument and my opinion is that yes, it is absolutely necessary and absolutely important. Okay, before I deliver my argument, I'll give all the STRADA TV viewer about several English facts. The first fact and the reason, English is the most used language in the world. And the second fact and the second reason, English used as the official language of 53 countries. And the third fact is English is the first language more than 400 million people in the world. And the last fact, the fourth fact, is English used as the default language of media and software industry. If you have a cell phone, if you have a laptop, if you use the Microsoft Excel, Office, or etc., it will use English as their default language. So that English very important. But Miss Rati, we have some several problem in here. Based on United Nations data, English proficiency index in Indonesia got 74 rank from 100 country. So it means less than 20% of Indonesian population cannot speak English properly. Oh, okay. Even though, okay, for all the Strada TV viewer, even though we don't know what we to be in the future, we must hustle to change our capability in global challenge. If you are ready to increasing our country capability, our personal capability as the new generation, please learn English. Because of what? Learning English will increasing your value of personal. And then, if you have a good personal value, the great future can be planned waiting for you. Okay, and then the second advice from me for the new generation, for the all the Soda TV viewer, learning English make you more clever than ever. Lot of up-to-date literature, the book, the journal, and many else written in English. The more you the more you read, the smarter you are. I think that's all about my point of view. Is it necessary or not about learning English? Thank you, Miss Rati.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hafiz Aji, for your perspective about whether is it necessary to learn English as the health school students. All right, the same as my experience when I was working in the Middle East at 2015, I think around 6 years ago, when I was working in the one of hospital in the Middle East, and then I met the general medical department, and we have a little bit conversation, and finally he told me that where are you from, Ratri? And then I said, I am Indonesian. And guess what? He didn't believe that I am Indonesian, because in his perspective, the majority Indonesian cannot speak in English, and he thought that I was Filipino. So
Okay.
because that was correct what Mr. Hafiz said about the statistic data that majority the Indonesian people cannot speak in English properly. So that's the problem. So even though we do not know what is our job in the future, so it is really important if you want to learn about English, because every literature written in English, and I agree with his quote about Mr. Hafiz the last time he said that the more you read, the smarter you are. Very good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in here I also want to give the same question to Ceci Arum. You are the students, the ongoing students. Right now, I want you to give the opinion about, do you think, is it necessary to include English subject for the students of health, even though we don't know what we are going to be in the future? How about you, Ceci?
Okay, Miss. I think it is necessary to include English subject for the student of health institution. Even though we don't know what we are work in English company or what we are going to be in the future, but English subject can be a professional for interview at work future. Remember that right now, especially health company, when the health interview may be little, they use English language. So it has made it easy if has been trained from now. And once again, English is an international language. If it will be better if the English subject for the students of health institute. If you can do right now, why you must delay it?
Okay, thank you so much, Ceci. Because you are the ongoing students, so I think you have a very what is that? The actual experience, because you are the health school students, and also you receive English subject as your daily communication with the lecturer. All right. The next question is about there are a lot of skill in English, and in here I want to ask to Mr. Hafiz Aji. There are a lot of skill in English, such as writing skill, listening skill, reading skill, and also speaking skill. But please let us know, in your opinion, as the employee, which skill that will help people so much in career, and please tell us why.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ratri. Okay, I think English is a complete process that we cannot think that only one part is important than the others. Okay, in English, we have four part that is the writing, listening, reading, and speaking skill. I think it's a complete process that we cannot have an argument. It's only one part is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as we have an analogy about this, we cannot learn properly if we cannot read well. The second, we cannot hear the fetus or the correct way about the pronunciation, meaning when we cannot listen well. And then we cannot have a formal achievement, yet certification or etc. when we cannot write well. And then we cannot freely giving our idea what is our thought inside our mind when we cannot speak well. I think this study is a complete process. And then the last skill, I think that's all about which is the most important skill in English. I think it's a complete process, and all of the listening, writing, or reading, speaking, and then it's not very important at all. I think that's all, Miss Patrick.
Okay, so the conclusion is all of those skills are really important to
Yeah,
learn.
correct.
Okay, all right. All right, so this is really important, and also it can be one of the advice for our students in Strada, that actually if you want to speak in English, of course you have to increase your listening skill as well, and then reading skill, and also about the writing skills, because uh, the English is really complex, so we cannot learn only one of them, but we have to learn all of those skills. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for your explanation. That really important for our
Oh,
students in Strada. Okay, do you have
okay, almost
another?
forgot
Okay,
about,
all right.
yeah, about the opinion as the employee, which is
Uh-huh.
help in career. Okay, in my job, and my work field, a lot of skill requirement doesn't exist in university or college, and many of that will have to self-learning, and many up-to-date literature written in English. As we know that when we have a good communication, writing, listening, reading, and speaking skill, we can continuously improve our skill. And then the more professional we are, the skillful we are, the bigger salary, higher position as a leader is waiting for us. Maybe that's all my argument. Ms. Sati, thank you.
Okay, so I get your point. Even though we are the fresh graduate, but if we have a very skillful person, it is not really difficult to get the higher position. Am I correct?
Yeah. If you have a lot of hustle, struggle, learning, self-learning, I think it's a very quick you have achieved your position, a higher position, just more than STEM. Thank you, Ms. Sati.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz Aji, for your explanation. Okay, and then after we have lots of ideas from our guest, Mr. Hafiz, and then now we will have another question for Chechi. Okay, Chechi, could you please tell us about your experience when you learn English that really affects your students' life?
Start from learn how to speak English well, how to write English, how to deliver the story, sing the song well, and much. And afterwards, I learned English. I do understand about handing of word. Prove that I can talk English well. I can understand with who or people use English. I can get English and like today, yes, I can be a guest in Strada English show. Um, and currently, my lecturer use English, even though I have online. This is all about my effect of study students' life for English.
Okay, Ceci, thank you. You have already tell us about your experience about learning English that really affects your students' life. And as you know that right now during the pandemic, of course, we cannot have a face-to-face offline class. Yeah, unfortunately. And finally, we have the online class right now, like daring using Zoom or maybe Microsoft Team and etc. And then maybe you can give us about your ideas or your own experience English by online. Maybe you can tell us that maybe you are comfort enough when you learn English by online. Ceci?
Yes, miss. I'm sorry, my internet is unstable.
Okay. Okay, do you need me to repeat once again?
Yes, 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 of course.
Okay. So actually, right now we have an online teaching process because we cannot gather in the same occasion as the offline class before. So we cannot face to face for teaching and also learning process. So if you are as the students and you experience it, would you please tell us about your own experience, whether is it which one is more comfortable to have the online class or maybe offline class?
First time when I study in Strada, until now that I never will study directly with the lecturer and my friend too, miss. I think
Okay.
it's very weird because in my life I never has online class. This pandemic arrived when I will graduate from high school and move to college. And now I'm used to online school. Um, I will enjoy can join with my other friend to enter the public health in Health Institute of Strada Indonesia. And during online school, everything that I do, especially about lecture, is with online method. Start from study in the class, meeting, do examination, and many webinar, and until if you attend accommodations online too. So digital is very active role right now, and we must smart to choose positive or negative activity that is useful for us to do. I
Okay.
think it is my experience about
Okay, Chenchi, and also because maybe there are lots of obstacle when we are doing the online learning, like the unstable connection or anything else. And all of us hope that this pandemic will end very soon, so we can gather in the same location to have the offline teaching and learning process as soon as possible. All right. And then, okay, for the Mr. Hafiz. All right, Mr. Hafiz, I want you to give your opinion about does English really affects your career progress? And would you please tell us about your own experience that English is really useful for the employee?
Okay, Miss Ratri, is it really affect English for my career progress? Absolutely, yes, Miss Ratri. Okay, but firstly, let's talk about my job. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in 2018, I was graduate as a diploma in nursing major in State Health Polytechnic of Malang, but I doesn't work as a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
I follow my passion because I love research, and then my job now next about research. Okay, my job right now is doesn't relate about my major. While I study in STRADA in public health major, I have to a lot of adaptation in my new job right now. Okay, in the first question about my introduction, my company is running about some kind of research company, which is when we have to research, we must read a lot about the English journal, English book, and many else. Okay, it make me no, but it make me I think but to deliver about very newbie, just like a newbie in my new work field right now. I'm very commoner, a very usual person, doesn't have a skillful one, so I must adapt, have, have a quick adaptation to my new work field right now. And then I study a lot of literature, book, journal to improving my personal value. Day by day, when I study a lot, I think it will more it will make us more easier to achieve higher position, and my personal value is more comfortable. Relate to my position right now as a marketing manager. If I do not study well, if I don't have a perfect struggle, a really bloody hustle, I think I cannot achieve my career progress right now as a marketing manager in me. And the conclusion is, if we wanted to apply to international company, English is a minimal requirement. Okay, all the STARDA TV. If you wanted to apply in international company or apply in abroad as a nurse, as a many other health worker, English skill is a very minimal requirement. And if you want to have a lot of cash from your job, then learn English. Apply to abroad or apply to international company, made a lot of money. I think that's all, Miss Rati. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for your answer. And it was mind-blowing opinion because, yeah, in here, you proved to all of us that actually you are fast learner person because, after graduating from the nursing major, and then you just follow your passion because you like about research and something else, and then you follow your passion to work in a statistical company, and after that in just 3 years, and then you get this position as the marketing manager. And I think all of the students from STRADA should follow your way because, yeah, it's just not because that you work hard, because you have a passion, because if we work hard and then we follow our passion, and then we can earn lots of money from that. And of course, uh, you have to be a struggle person as well, because we will get nothing if we do nothing as well. So if you want to get something, of course we have to work really hard for it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz. It's really a mind-blowing idea. And I think all the students from STRADA Indonesia will be very motivated after listening about your opinion about this question. All right, and then it goes to Chechi Arum as the students from Public Health Department. Okay, for Chechi, I will ask you about, is English really important to learn for the medical students?
Okay, Miss. Yes, correctly. Many medical terms use English. It's why medical student really important to learn English. If you're a medical student and you don't have English basic start now, I think you will find a trouble when you study. But it is okay. Never mind. You can learn little by little for that. Sometimes when you learn new things and basically English, I mean you can learn easily. Even a little things you know, but you have imagined little thing about this. Maybe in the future you will work in the big hospital or international company. Wherever you work, that must use English well. You're ready to do it. You will not have trouble.
Okay, Chechi, thank you so much for your answer. And that was my experience too when I was a fresh graduate in the end of 2014 at the beginning of 2015. I cannot imagine if I didn't have any English skill. Maybe I am not here today because you know at the at that time it was really weird for the people who are graduate from the health school and he or she has the English skill as well because maybe some people think that why you have to learn English, you are a nurse, you are midwife, or maybe you are a public health provider. Just sit in your country and you can work in the public health center, in the private clinic, or maybe you can work in a general hospital in your city, and that's enough. What do you want to be if you have this chance? And but I think that it is really important for the health students or the medical students to have the English skills because yeah, we if you want to go abroad, of course we need this English skill, and we have the minimum score for the health students if you want to go abroad to achieve our best career at that time. So yeah, I think I agree with you, Chechi, that medical students should have this English skill, even though we are not, even though we are want to work in Indonesia or we don't know what we are going to be in the future, but that is really necessary and really important to have English skill. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is really interesting to have a discussion with our two guests here because we have two different kind of perspective from the employee and also from the students. Well, the next question is for Mr. Hafiz. Okay, okay, Mr. Hafiz, you are graduated from the Diploma 3 for nursing major, and also you continue your study at the STRADA Indonesia as the bachelor degree of public health students. So I want you to tell us about is it really matter for the last semester students to learn about English?
Okay.
Because I think you have two kind of experience, yeah, from the last semester students from the diploma and also the last semester students from the bachelor degree. So maybe you can tell us about your own experience that maybe is it English really important for the last semester students?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ratri. Okay, all of the STRADA TV viewer, we know that the last semester student has their research on the last semester. I have two degree in diploma degree as a nursing major and the bachelor degree as a public health major. Okay, so when we have a research on the last semester, we must finding problem, read a lot book, journal, and finally solve problem earn us with our research. In our research process, we must have a strong literature fundamental because a strong literature fundamental is very needed to defend our research. Okay, and then the most up-to-date literature, a book and a journal is written in English. So when we do not have a good English skill, we cannot understand about the updated literature to create our last research. Okay, so every research has its own aim and goal, and the English literature made them keep on track, reducing the failure rate and have a better analysis. Because the last semester student, I think they cannot delay about the graduation process. You must very quick complete your research process and then graduate as the nurse, as a public health major, and face the world. I think that's all. I think in the end, when you already made your result about your research, you must bring them to examiner. And then also in Strada, when we have the final examiner, final test about our research, we must use English to present our research. And then the more we learn about our research, about the journal, about the book related to our research, the more easy when we must to answer the question from the examiner and defending our argument. So we can become and graduate as a bachelor in easier way when we were well prepared. I think my opinion like that, Ms. Rati. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for your opinion. Okay, this is really important, yeah, for the last semester students because yeah, I have the same experience as you because in the last semester, of course, uh, the most important thing that we have to do is do not delay your project. You have to keep continue and keep going, whether it was really difficult or not, but you have to face it if you want to graduate in the correct time. And also, yeah, it is really important to learn English for the last semester students because lots of literature written in English. So we have to read day by day that literature so that we can understand what is the aim, what is the goal, and what is the purpose. Because each kind of research has different purpose and also different discussion itself. All right, this is really amazing to have this answer from Mr. Hafiz. Okay, and then for the next question is Chechi. Okay, Chechi, in here, I want you to give your opinion about what should you do to preserve our mother tongue during the globalization, which English become the international language. So what should you do to preserve our mother tongue during the globalization?
Okay, Miss. You can use international languages now. I mean, then that when you study English subject, which the rule you must speak in English. Maybe in the future, your job at the international office that force you to speak in English during work, and you can still talk with your mother tongue during daily activity with people that have same language. It is good if we introduce our mother tongue with tourism. Therefore, we stay preserving the national culture and not left behind with globalization, which English become international language. Even though English become international language, you must remember with your mother tongue. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Chechi, for your explanation about uh, the way you still preserve your mother tongue during the globalization. All right, it's nice opinion because every day, if we have a daily communication with others, we can use our mother tongue, the mother language, I mean the dialect, or in Indonesia, we call it a bahasa daerah, to still preserve this tradition. But also for maybe in a formal way, like in a student's life, or maybe in a career, or in the daily routine as the employee, we can use this English without forgetting our mother tongue. All right, thank you, Chechi, for your opinion about this question. All right, and then goes to Mr. Hafiz. Okay, Mr. Hafiz, as the alumna and also as the employee, would you like to share your motivation and your best way to learn about English.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Patrick. Okay, well, actually, Miss Rafi, I don't like kind of miracle words or motivational quotes. So, for the Strada TV viewer, I suggest the reality. Okay,
Okay.
all of the Strada TV viewer, in this big modern world, we just know our place, who we are, and where we are. We are just like a tiny mosquito in this universe. And then as the fresh graduate, all of you, many fresh graduates will compete against you. The world will hit you harder, more and more. And it's kind of everlasting war for your life. If we know a lot of people out there more clever, smarter, and better than you are, we must put our hustle, work more harder, and study more diligent than any people in this world. Put away that full of drama. If you talk about how unfair this world, it means you doesn't have enough money in your pocket. The world could be nightmare or amazing paradise with flying unicorns. Depends money that you have in your bank. So work harder, all of the Strada TV viewer. Okay, and then the last thing about the best way about learning English. The first best way we know that right now in 2021, we know that Netflix is a more way to chill in our home. And then especially in pandemic, we cannot go outside freely. So use your Netflix and chill, watch a lot of movie with or without subtitles. It will increasing your pronunciation and vocabulary. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing I think is a very common thing that university students have their girlfriend or boyfriend. When you have a date with your boyfriend or girlfriend, just talk in English and practice English with your close people around you and special people around you. I think it made you easier to talk English. Again, then the last thing, if you in single status, you can use your own mirror in your room. You can talk to yourself, have a good conversation with yourself using in English. I think that's the three tips about the best way learning in English. I think that's all, Miss Rafi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for your ideas and also your tips about the best way how to learn English. And I am really interested when you share the tips, the second one. If we have a girlfriend or boyfriend, we have to use English. Okay, maybe they will have English every day because every day they say, I love you and I miss you.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, and believe it or not, I just did the same thing as what you said. So when I was learning English in a elementary school, goes to junior high school, I also use a mirror to speak to myself because in my family, my sister and my brother are not really good in English, so I didn't have any partner to talk to somebody else using English. And at that time, there is no social media like Facebook, so it's kind of difficult time if I want to learn English. So I use mirror to speak English for learning and also how to pronounce each word very well. So I use mirror because yeah, I don't have any partner to speak in English for learning. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for your sharing tips and also the idea about the best way how to learn English. Okay, good. And then for Chechi, okay, Chechi, I will give you some question in here, but this is about sharing and also motivation. Maybe you can share your motivation and also your tips to all the students, maybe your friends, your close friend, and also the schoolmates in Strada about the best way how to learn about English.
Okay. For my Strada viewers, for my friends, I want little motivation to your best way to learn English. And so, Strada viewers, let's learn English start now. You know why? You should learn English most. Never mind when you have not basic English well. You can start to learn English from little things. For example, learning about how do you spell English well. You can learning to add vocabulary and more. And all of them you can get with the easy way. For example, singing English song and then watching English movie and chatting with English language or boyfriend and girlfriend too. And many things can be your material education about English. From little by little, you're learning English, so you can be health and skill well. In the future, you can take part to the world of communication out there. Okay, this is little my motivation to our my.
All right, thank you so much, Chechi, for sharing tips and also your motivation to all the students of Strada about the best way how to learn English. Well, Chechi, I think we have already almost an hour for our discussion today. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all our discussion and also sharing today. It was kind of amazing occasion. I have Mr. Hafiz in here and also I have Chechi Arum for our special guest, and the discussion is really interesting because we have different perspective from the students and also from the employee and also the alumni. Okay, after this discussion, we have the positive vibes in here, and also we get lots of mind-blowing ideas, and also we have lots of good advice from Chechi and also from Mr. Hafiz. And in here, I really say thank you very much for the opportunity, especially for Mr. Hafiz. I know that actually you are really busy with your daily routine in the office, but finally you can manage your time so you can attend in this occasion together with all of us in here for having discussion in Strada English Show. It's an honor for us, for Strada itself. And Chechi, thank you so much for joining this agenda. I know that you have another schedule for the school subject in public health, but I really thank you for your kind of attention in here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have already shared this topic about the importance of learning English from different perspectives, the alumni and also from the students. Finally, I am Ratri Setiamulyasari. Say thank you so much for your kind of attention, and don't forget to always stay tuned in our program, Strada English Show, in every Monday at 10 a.m. at the same channel, Strada TV. Thank you so much. I say good morning. Have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day too.